Okay, we're going to start our zipper panels, and this is how I want you to do this. I want you to take the sides like this, and I want you to fold them over a little less than a half inch, a little more than a quarter inch, okay? Somewhere in there, and you're going to press that really good, okay? Then you're going to do it to the other side, okay? So it's just like that, all the way across. Once that's pressed, then I want you to take this one and exactly a half an inch, fold this one over, and use our little Elmer's glue trick, where we take just a couple dots of glue, and then we iron that. And what that does is it keeps this down really nice and flat, okay, because you're going to see the raw edges if you don't do it this way. So do these two sides in, about a quarter of an inch, a tiny bit more, and then fold this over the edge. Use your glue trick if you'd like to. If not, just, ironing it good is just fine. So I'm going to go do that with both my panels, and I'll be right back. Okay, that went good. So when you were done with that, I forgot to tell you to go ahead and just fold the whole thing over, making sure it's perfectly along this open side, and then give a good press, okay? So, I'm sorry, I should have told you to do that. But then I want you to take your zipper, okay? Set these aside for a second. And I want you to take just these top two pieces and just tuck them over like this on both sides. If you feel like you're really having to force it and you're working with some of the teeth, it's wrong. You've gone too far. So just very evenly take it over to your machine and just give it a little tiny stitch or two, just to hold those down. You see that? Okay. Okay, so I did tack that down. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up my panel, and I'm going to insert one side of my zipper. I'm going to use the pull side is up on this side, okay? And I want to make sure it's level. I don't want it up here. I don't want it down there. I want it absolutely level with the top, okay? And I'm going to zoom my camera in so that you can watch me do this part. I'm not going to pin it. I don't want all of the little twisties that the pins will create, okay? So I'm going to do it very slow and as accurate as I can. But I'm going to start on this side, come across, catch the zipper, come down, and go across. So let me move my camera and you can watch me do that. I've decided it's easier to start here, not here, because then I'm losing my zipper. So we'll just start here and I'll go back and do that little straightaway, okay? So make sure it's flush across. Oops. Put this on the other side. Lower my needle. Then I need to move my zipper foot out of, my zipper pull out of the way, okay, until I get going. Sometimes starting it is a little rough because it just gets a little bogged down. Keeping a very steady and gauging how far I want the panel from the zipper. Okay, so now I want to put that back, get it out of my way. There we go. And just keep going. Go nice and slow, okay? There's really no hurry for this part. You want it to look really good. It's the top of your bag. You're going to see it. So this is how we're going to attach our zipper panel to the back. You know, we could cut this off and put a tab on the end, but I always like to wait till I'm done so I can see how long I want that. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I did the last time with you. Okay, so we need to find the center of our bag. Do you remember how we do that? We line up seam to seam, just like that. And we're going to pop a pin here, and this shows us our very center. Okay. And then right here, right where my tassel was hung, because we already did that to find that before, so it doesn't surprise me that it is right there. Okay. Okay. And then we fold this in half. And here's our center here. Okay. We talked about this on my last video, but because this is the front of the bag, and if I actually have it on and I'm wearing it, I am right-handed, I'm going to want the zipper pull to be on this side. If you're left-handed, you may want it on this side, okay? And if it doesn't matter to you, then don't worry about it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in like this, and I'm going to line up these two pins. And I'm going to put my zipper panel a little bit lower. Can you see that? Just a little bit lower than the top. I'm going to take out this pin, and I'm going to pin that in place, just like that. Take this one out. I don't really need that right now. And I'm going to go along, and I'm going to pin this along here. I'm going to come down just a little bit. I don't want it flush with the top like we did our last bag. Okay? Then I'm going to come around and I'm going to do it with this side. And that's going to put it exactly in the middle where I want it. Okay? Okay, as you can see, we got it all pinned. And what we're going to do is we're going to, that's why we didn't put the tab on. I wanted to leave this as long as we could. That's right. I knew there was a reason. Open that all the way. Tuck this inside. I'm going to put these guys inside too. Okay, so I am going to make sure that you can see me do this. I want to make sure my camera is placed right so you can watch me do this. Okay, so the best thing to do is to push these pins down so they don't get stuck as you rotate the bag around. This is a hardy little bag, isn't it? Okay. So what I'm excuse me. What I'm going to do is you put it over the arm of your machine and carefully slide it on. Don't force anything because it could be a pin or something else obstructing it, okay? The idea, though, is to try to start a little bit before your zipper panel on this side, okay? Might have to open that up just a little bit and feed it under there. And we're going to sew this 2 times. We're going to sew it here on the edge, and then we're going to come down and sew it again underneath that one. So this one, because we came down just a little bit with the zipper panel, remember it's going that way a little bit, we just need to make sure that we're going to catch that. So I'm just going to take a peek underneath and I'm pretty sure that I caught it right there. We're going to set this down. I'm going to pull my first pin out. Okay, make sure the length of your stitch is exactly where you want it. Okay, really take your time. Boy, you really want this to come out nice. You worked so hard up to this point. Okay, so I just keep my eye on the side of the foot here, which is the top of the bag. I have it lined up just absolutely perfectly. Make sure your handles are going this way. Watch for your pins. Go very, very slow. Okay, and sew until you have room just to take out your pin. Leave it in until you get right up to it, okay? All right. I reminded myself, too, that we still need to put a tab on the end of this, so we'll address that after we make our strap. You know, I get asked a lot, how do you know how long to make a crossbody strap, and do you need the adjuster? No, you don't. You just need to take something to measure with and go over your crossbody and decide where on your side you want your bag, and add an inch to that so that you can put that onto your and you would probably put it on like you did these handles, to where the inside is tucked into the bag, not external like this is here. So you can do that. I really like the adjustable strap. I rarely use it, but I just think it's beautiful. I always find that the more hardware you put on your bag, the more professional it looks. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and make a strap today. This one is 60 inches, and when I get done, it's going to be more like 57, because we're going to take a couple inches off by joining it together. But you know, if you don't want to use that much fabric, you know, do what you would like. But I just want to give you the options and let you know. So when you have two pieces of fabric and you need to join them together, you can absolutely just put them right sides together, sew it across, and open it up. I don't like to do that. I don't like the look. So what I'm going to show you to do today, we did in my first crossbody bag, but I'm going to show you how I do it in case you have not seen that video, is you lay down a piece of, right side up though, okay? Piece of your fabric. You take your next piece and you lay it over it, across it, like that. And you even up this corner and you even up that corner, okay? So you have them joining. So really what you're doing is like a backwards L. Okay? And take your time on this part too, because it really does look nice, and it will look seamless when you're done. And you're going to take something to write with and something like a ruler, something flat. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from this corner to this corner, where the edge is on this corner. Okay? So I'm going to mark that. This corner and this corner. Okay, draw a line. Okay? Put in a couple of pins, one on this side and one over here. You don't have to watch me do this. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew straight across. Okay? Back stitch here, back stitch there. And I'll be right back. You can hardly tell where that was joined together. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to fold in both ends just about a ½ an inch. I like to use a little Elmer's glue, and I just put a couple dots there. I iron it with no steam, so I have no raw edge over here, and then I'm going to come and do that to the other side. Okay? When you're all done with that, I want you to make the strap just like we did the tabs. I'm assuming you all pretty much know how this is done. Remember, this will be folded over. I want you to fold this in half. Fold it to meet the center, because now you're going to have a iron line right there, and you can just follow the iron line all the way down. When you're finished with that, you're going to do this side. Don't butt it up totally next to it, right on top of it. Always leave just a little airspace so that when you turn it over, you have turning over room and you don't have a kind of a mess here at the seam. And then press it really good. Make sure you press these down really nice. And then I'm going to show you how to add a tri-glide, okay? And also these little guys, so you can attach it and unattach it to your bag. Okay, so I did finish my strap. I just need to sew it, but this is what it looks like. Boy, that's a nice long strap. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew real close to this edge, come around and sew this edge as straight as I can. And when I am all done with that, whatever tri-glide you have, anything that has a center post can be used as a tri-glide. When I'm done sewing this on both sides, what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it up through here and over the bar. Come around over the bar. And sew it right across there. Okay, that's all the farther I'm going to go off camera, so you're not going to be feeling lost, okay? Okay, so I moved this over here because I have a nice long table that is going to help me lay my strap out so that you can see what I am doing. So we did put on our tri-glide. Okay, so after I sewed these, I came up one side and through the other, and I secured it. But I want you to please notice that there is the rough side, that's the side of the underneath, and there's the really nice smooth side. So what I want you to do is just lay it down smooth side up, and take your strap and smooth it out. Okay, then I want you to take one of these, take this end here, and just put it up through there. And you're just going to feed this. I'm not even sure how far to tell you, but let's just leave it right there. Like maybe a little more than halfway up, okay? Take your strap and continue to come towards this. Okay, keeping it smooth. No wrinkles at all, okay? You're going to feed it up through the bottom, back down, like this. And you're going to continue to feed that. And I don't even care how far you go. That's not the point I'm trying to make, okay? You're going to take this open end, you're going to put it through your little guy here on this end, fold it over like you did the tri-glide, and then you're going to sew that across. Okay, we really don't have far to go. All right, so I'm going to close this and show you that one of the benefits of having this panel, zipper panel, is when you open it to a certain length, about 3 inches beyond that, you now have access to the whole entire bag. If you come short and you just wanted it there because you didn't want to deal with, you know, the tab and the zipper coming over, you're really putting a lot of pressure on this side of your bag. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this off at 3 inches past there. I'm just going to kind of guess 3 inches, okay? I've made so many of these. If you want to measure it, you can hold it down like this and do, 3 full inches. But I'm pretty seasoned at this part, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 3 inches. Actually, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room and do 3.5. Okay, remember to save this. You can put a zipper pull on it and use it for another project. Okay, so I have a small piece here, and this piece measures 4 by 3, and it is not interfaced. It doesn't need to be because it's going to be folded, you know, a whole bunch of times. But I'm going to take the longer side, and I'm going to fold it like this, and go press it. I'm going to have them almost touch each other. Okay, just very much like one of our handles. Okay, so if you just wait a second, I will press this and come right back and show you what we're going to do. Okay, so I am going to fold this to where it's right sides together. Okay. And the seam is here on the outside. I'm going to insert the zipper, either side, it doesn't matter, but on this side, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure it's gone in at least a ½ inch. At least a ½ inch. And I'm going to make a seam right here. I'm going to give it about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch past the zipper, because I don't want it to be the exact size of the zipper. I like a little bit larger tab. I just think it looks a little bit more decorative. So I'm going to put a pin in right there. Okay, that shows me where I want to put my seam. I can go ahead and just pull this off now, and I'm going to make my seam right there. Okay, so here's my seam. It doesn't need to be this long, so I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. Not too short, okay, not too short. Now I'm going to turn this inside out. Don't. Everybody's going to think you're a little stinker. Okay. I am not going to put the zipper on with the seam on the side. I want the seam in the middle. That way you never risk seeing the seam. Okay, so, but make sure you open the seam. It takes up too much room inside of there, and it would fit too well. Remember, I don't like it to fit that well. I like it to be just ever so slightly a little bit bigger. So remember, the seam is on the back side, and that's the side that's going to be on the bottom of my zipper. So I'm just going to feed my zipper into that. Go in about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to put a pin there. I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to start right here and go along the edge, all the way around, close up that edge, come across here, and then come across my zipper teeth. Go real slow when you go over your zipper teeth, okay? I don't think I've ever broken a needle, but I also am very, cautious with it, okay? I'm going to just go over and do that, and we'll just talk about it when we're done. Be right back. Well, hello. We finished this beautiful bag. I hope you just love the quality of it, the feel of it, whether it's for you or for a friend. I just love the strap. I think it's real thick and it's beautiful. And you know what? I'm all about quality. I like, heavy duty, and I like things to feel like they're going to last a really, really long time. So whether you chose to do the small bag or the other bag. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I'm really sorry about having to put in the measurements, but that's the way I am. So anyway, until next time, make it a great day. Thank you.